Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to make a quick apology. If anybody's seen my Supergirl race change video that I posted, I called the actress Latinx. That was a misspoken. I meant Latino because I know how people hate Latinx, and was so riled up in my own thoughts that I said that out of just misspoken or whatever. That's not a good word to say. We're not going to say it again. I didn't mean to say it. That was a slip up that I wasn't even thinking about at the time. I was just thinking about, oh my god, here we go again with the same nonsense. But yeah, anyway, I want to talk about the multiverse and why the multiverse is becoming a creative crutch for just entertainment in general. Because nowadays, it's almost like we're bringing in multiverses or using that as an excuse to do dumb ideas with characters. When characters, especially comic book characters, are being introduced to the world at large, this is their first depiction of these characters, live action wise. We're not talking about cartoons or anything else in media. We're talking about live action depictions of these characters, right? The multiverse could work only if you establish the original character first. When you keep doing this race changing thing, and then people be like, well, it is for the multiverse, it is a alternate take of the character or whatever. Majority people don't know about the multiverse like that. Yes, they know there's a multiverse that exists for these characters, but main continuity wise, especially main marketing wise, of these characters should be your main focus. Those are your main focus that you need to focus on when you're doing storytelling. When you make crazy changes and then fall back on it's an alternate take, it's an alternate universe or whatever and stuff like that, to ignore criticism, it becomes lazy. You cannot keep using the multiverse as your crutch to make creative changes because you're too lazy to work within the main continuity or the restrictions that are already set up. That's my thing. So I'm hearing rumors now that the Supergirl is supposed to be a multiverse Supergirl. Again, I've read plenty of multiverse Supergirls. The character still isn't another race. No matter what anybody want to try to say or anything, not another race. My thing is, why couldn't the character, the actress, be another character, another original Latin female character? That's the thing that's killing me, is like, why aren't we doing original characters? That's what I want to see more of. You could do Renee Montoya, or you could have did Jessica Cruz, you could have did Aquagirl, Panthera. Those are just the list of characters that you could have did, but instead you give me, oh well, she's an alternate take of Supergirl. You could have even did Wildcat, the new one, you know or that's all I'm saying. I'm sorry, I'm kind of having a thingy. It's just because it frustrates me to no end that we have these characters and we don't use them, but then we'll take classical characters that already had history, that are already depicted how they are, and then we'll race change them or change the very core fundamental of those characters. And then when people criticize them, everybody be like, oh, it's another universe, it's an alternate take. But then when people like me mention, hey, here's a list of original Latin female characters, Latina female characters that this actress can play. Oh, we're not talking about them because those characters aren't popular enough or whatever. Well, how the hell do you think Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, the X-Men, all of these characters got popular over time? There was time and effort put into them. There was chances taken on them. You have to take chances on these brand new characters, and you have to depict them correctly. You can't keep Why race change? Why race change? Because guess what? For all the talk of diversity that the Hollywood media or whatever, when they have an opportunity to actually cast for diversity, and I'm talking about like when they actually have an opportunity to bring in an original diverse character from the pages of wherever they're depicting, if it's DC, Marvel, or whatever, they skip over that and race change instead. That makes absolutely no sense. So what is the whole point of creating original Latin characters if you're just going to skip over them to cast a Latin character, actress or actor, and cast them into a white role? That makes absolutely no sense. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Because why are we focusing on the multiverse when you want your fan base and you want people to really see that depiction of that character? You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing a movie with Supergirl has been depicted for 80 years as blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin woman. Yes, she's an alien, but she still has pale skin. That don't change just because somebody think it'd be nice to add diversity. You can't keep doing that nonsense. Why do that? Why take away the opportunity to bring in original Latin characters that could be portrayed so there are Latin American people and even Latin people in general can see original Latin heroes that are originally Latin, not originally white, not originally black, but originally Latin. So then they can be like, damn, this character is us because they are the culture. Because guess what? That Supergirl is an alien. She has no idea about the history of Hispanics, Latin American, all of that. Like all of that culture stuff that they're going to want a focus on. And then when they do changes like that, the character always talk about issues of that race that has nothing to do with them because that character was never meant to be that. You don't take a white character, recast them as a Latin character, and then bring up Latin issues with that character that's never been brought up in their books, in their shows, anywhere else. But now you bring it up because you done race changed them to talk about it. It's like a white person being the savior again. I don't need a white person to save us. And agreeing to that, cheering for it, and trying to talk about the fans that actually buys the stuff, that there's some man babies or something's wrong with them for that. Sorry for keeping your company around for 80 years then. You know? If it wasn't for these comic books, if it wasn't for these fans buying your stuff, you want to be in the position to make movies and shows about them. Somebody had to take a chance on these classical white characters that for some reason y'all all of a sudden think is bad. Somebody had to take a chance on them. And they failed. You know, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman failed plenty of times. Spider-Man failed plenty of times. Don't let it get twisted that these characters were just a success right off the bat. They weren't. A lot of characters weren't. But you keep trying. You keep putting time and effort into them. And you're not doing that with original characters of color. You're taking classical white characters and changing them because of some white guilt. You gotta stop. Stop using the multiverse as an excuse. If you really can't, like I said, when you're doing the multiverse, if you're doing a story, an alternate take on the story, it needs to be drastic. Drastic. Not, oh, we're just race changing a character. No, no, no. Drastic. I'm talking about completely drastic. That means that if this Supergirl is Latin, that means that Krypton origins were the foundation of the origins of how Hispanic and Latin people, and how the Mayans and all that kind of stuff. If you can explain that kind of stuff and drastically change that kind of stuff, okay then. But that needs to be something drastic, not just, oh, it's just because we want to cast her. Okay, that's great and all, but now she's going to be known as the fake Supergirl or the Latin Supergirl. You know, who is that? Who is that going to do it for? Who is that for? No one. It's not for no one. It does more harm than good. And again, like I said with the John Constantine, you guys aren't doing this every blue moon. You guys are doing it every damn week. Matter of fact, now you're doing it every damn day. Why piss off your fan base? Because people who go to the movies, they're just going to go to the movies. They're just going to watch the movies. You have to deal with the people that are going to buy the merchandise, support the merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Read the stuff. Collect the stuff. You don't have to worry about the moviegoers because they get a quick buck in here and there. And then when there is real criticism, you hide behind the media and try to be like, oh, this positivity thing, or fans don't know what they're talking about, or people being racist or whatever. No, you're not listening to the criticism that people are talking about when it comes to this kind of stuff. Listen to the criticism. Stop trying to sugarcoat it or trying to tell somebody to get over something or whatever. If people wasn't attached to this stuff, you wouldn't have what you have now. Time and time again with pop culture, we see that these people coming into this world who don't know anything about these characters and crap on them and then get mad when the fans get upset. And I'm talking about the true fans. I'm not talking about those occasional fans. I'm not talking about the ones who are just okay with all the dumb changes that comes with everything, because you just can't be. You literally cannot be okay with everything that they keep doing. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can't keep saying that this is okay and then talking about, oh, toxic fans or whatever. You mean the toxic fans that have been keeping your industry supplied for years? The toxic fans that have been buying the stuff? Not the ones that just sees the shows or see the movie and that's it. The ones that go to conventions, the ones that buy the merchandises of these characters, that have boxes, books on end, posters. Don't keep telling me how I need to get over something that I'm passionate about, that is my hobby. I want to see these characters live action depicted, but at this point, it seems like fan films and cosplayers are my only hope, because y'all keep screwing us with these live action depictions. Because you're literally giving people of color second hand-me-downs because you're too lazy to put time and effort into original characters of color, because you don't want to put the effort in and you want to hide behind the multiverse, media, and racism as your excuse for the bull crap. And you need to stop. It needs to stop, to be honest. Cut the crap, Hollywood. But yeah, those are my thoughts about how I think the multiverse is killing media, to be honest, because it is. It literally is. But, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.